Scientists just discovered bacteria on China's space station that has never been seen on Earth. And before you ask, no, this isn't the plot of a sci-fi horror movie. This is happening right now, hundreds of miles above our heads. Picture this. Astronauts aboard the Tiangong station are going about their daily routines when researchers back on Earth make a startling discovery. A mysterious microbe, completely unknown to science, has been quietly thriving in their orbital home. They've named it Niallia tiangongensis, and it's raising questions that could reshape how we approach space exploration. Here's what makes this discovery so fascinating and potentially concerning. We're about to explore how a tiny organism could impact everything from astronaut health to our dreams of colonizing Mars. Because when you're planning humanity's future in space, even the smallest surprises can have massive consequences. The discovery happened during routine maintenance that nobody expected would make headlines. Back in May 2023, crew members were taking swab samples as part of something called the China Space Station Habitation Area Microbiome Program, CHAMP for short. Think of it like a health checkup, but for the space station itself. Dr. Yunshe Yuan from the Shenzhou Space Biotechnology Group in Beijing was analyzing these samples when something caught her attention. After running detailed genetic and biochemical tests, she confirmed what seemed impossible. This bacterium had never been documented anywhere on Earth. Now, space stations aren't exactly sterile environments. Every time astronauts arrive, they bring along millions of microscopic hitchhikers from Earth. Your body alone hosts trillions of bacteria, so finding microbes in space isn't surprising. Finding one that doesn't match anything in our databases definitely is. This rod-shaped organism has some remarkable survival tricks. It forms spores, basically protective shells that help it endure extreme conditions. Imagine a microscopic bunker that shields the bacteria from radiation, temperature swings, and the vacuum of space. The researchers noted that this ability aids their survival in the space environment, which is scientists speak for, this thing is tough as nails. But that's not all. The bacteria breaks down gelatin in a way scientists haven't seen before. In the nutrient-poor environment of a space station, this unique digestive ability could be its meal ticket. While other microbes might struggle to find food, this one has evolved a special strategy. Here's where things get interesting and slightly worrying. Genetic analysis shows this bacteria is related to Niallia circulans, a known troublemaker that can cause sepsis in people with weakened immune systems. And guess what happens to your immune system in space? The combination of radiation, microgravity, and stress can compromise your body's defenses. Scientists are now racing to understand whether this space variant carries the same risks. Future missions to Mars could last years, not months. Imagine being halfway to the red planet when a previously unknown microbe decides to cause problems. There's no emergency room in deep space. The implications go beyond human health. Past missions have shown that certain bacteria can form biofilms on spacecraft surfaces. These films can degrade equipment, clog air filters, and even corrode metal components. NASA has documented cases where bacteria on the International Space Station damaged important materials. If this new microbe proves particularly stubborn or aggressive, engineers might need to completely rethink how we build and maintain spacecraft. Every surface, every component would need protection against an organism we're only beginning to understand. What's really keeping scientists up at night is the uncertainty. Did this bacteria evolve in space, developing new traits in response to the orbital environment? Or was it always on Earth, hiding among the billions of undiscovered species in some remote corner of the planet? The numbers here are staggering. Scientists estimate we've only cataloged about 1% of all bacterial species on Earth. That leaves literally billions of microorganisms we know nothing about. This discovery highlights just how much we don't know about the microscopic world around us and above us. Research teams are now conducting intensive studies on the bacteria's stress response and radiation resistance. They're particularly interested in certain proteins that might help these cells handle oxidative damage, the kind of cellular stress that's common in space. Understanding these mechanisms could actually lead to breakthroughs in biotechnology back on Earth. The bacteria's unique gelatin-dissolving properties have caught the attention of biotech companies. If we can harness this ability, it might have applications in everything from medical treatments to industrial processes. Sometimes the most unexpected discoveries lead to the most useful innovations. As one researcher put it, it is still too early to determine whether the space bacteria poses any danger to taikonauts aboard Tiangong. That cautious statement speaks volumes. We're dealing with an organism that thrives where humans struggle to survive. This discovery is likely just the beginning. As we push deeper into space, establishing bases on the Moon and eventually Mars, we'll create new environments where Earth microbes can evolve in unprecedented ways. Closed-loop life support systems, recycled air and water, limited resources. These conditions are perfect laboratories for microbial evolution. Space agencies worldwide have taken notice. The European Space Agency, NASA, and others are ramping up their own microbial monitoring programs. New detection tools and advanced gene sequencing technology mean we can spot these microscopic surprises faster than ever before. Future astronauts might need to train not just as pilots and scientists, but as microbiologists, too. Understanding and managing the invisible ecosystem of a spacecraft could become as important as maintaining the engines or life support systems. The story of Niallia tiangongensis reminds us that space exploration isn't just about reaching new worlds, it's about understanding how life adapts to environments we can barely imagine. Every mission teaches us something new about the incredible resilience and adaptability of life itself. Scientists are particularly interested in how quickly these adaptations occur. If bacteria can develop new traits within months or years in space, what might happen over decades or centuries? Could we inadvertently create super-resistant organisms that pose risks to future space colonies? These questions aren't just academic. Private companies are planning commercial space stations and lunar bases within the next decade. Understanding microbial behavior in space isn't optional. It's essential for the safety of everyone who ventures beyond Earth's atmosphere. The research continues, with teams around the world collaborating to understand this mysterious microbe. Every test, every analysis brings us closer to answering the fundamental question: friend or foe? What do you think? Is discovering unknown life forms in space exciting or concerning? As humanity prepares for its next giant leap, we're learning that the smallest passengers on our journey might have the biggest impact. The universe is full of surprises, and sometimes they're microscopic.